Hi everybody, this is Chad the Gaming Dad here on Dad's Games with another episode of Father Knows Best. I know I've been out for a little while, but real life caught up to me and my regular day job required me to be out of town for a couple weeks. So hey, I'm back now. Everything should be back to normal. Before I get into today's topic, I wanted to just thank really quick Dean Thompson. He's got a show on YouTube that he calls Escape to Gaming. And he's been doing it for 4 years, and it's tough to find him on there because his name is Vinny Corleone on YouTube. But take a look, search for Escape to Gaming, and I'll put a link down in the bottom so you guys can take a look at that. He's another one of these guys, just like me and many of you out there, where we've been gaming since the early days, and he's got some unique and insightful thoughts, things to say about gaming in general. And I wanted to thank him because on his channel this week he actually did a shout out to me and recommended that a lot of his viewers take a look at my channel. And if you're one of those people that just joined up to Dad's Games, welcome, and hopefully you find some videos that are fun and entertaining and also with some information for you. Feel free to comment anytime you want to let me know if there's something you'd like me to cover or a game you'd like me to focus on or do a review on or something like that. But anyway, with that out of the way, thank you to Dean and welcome to all the news people. Today's video, the only thing I could think about is, you know, everybody complains online all the time about too much negativity, everyone complaining, this and that. Now, yeah, I can see that to a point where you don't want to just complain for the sake of complaining and saying, oh, that sucks, and, you know, be one of those guys. But this is the big but, is when there's something that the companies out there are doing that is not fair, that is not a good thing to do, something that the gamers are actually being, I don't know, given less value from their actions, the AAA companies out there, they usually don't listen. They usually don't care. They usually just keep right on trucking, just go right straight through. They do whatever they want to do, and to hell if anybody likes it or not, right? Not so much anymore. There's been a lot of voices, not just mine, but other YouTubers, just people on Twitter, people in the comments, thumbs up, thumbs down, all kinds of things that have been going on. The two things that I have to talk about today that really shocked me. Number one, Evolve 2.0. Okay? Evolve came out a while back, and it looked like a really cool game. In fact, I was going to go ahead and get it. But I didn't, because once I found out about all their DLC practices and the fact that you're going to pay full price for a game and then immediately be asked to go and spend upwards of like $130 worth of DLC just to be able to keep up with everybody else that's online. Oh, by the way, it's an online-only game, so you can only play it online. No, I didn't buy it. Even though it looked cool, it looked like it was going to be fun. For those of you who don't know, Evolve, it's basically asymmetrical multiplayer. What that means is there's like 4 humans versus one big giant overpowered monster. So you can either be one of the humans that's going after the monster, or you can be the monster who tries to hide, eat things, get stronger, and then go after the humans and kill them. So it's a really cool concept, and they did a lot of work on it. The graphics look great. The sound is great. The gameplay is actually pretty fun. So the real shocker here is that everybody was up in arms about this thing. It didn't sell as much as they thought it was going to, and it died off very quickly with very few people even being in their online, you know, multiplayer matches. So here's a company that has this game that they spent millions and millions of dollars developing. They tried to milk it for all it was worth at the beginning, and all the gamers said, no, it's not worth it. I don't think so. Right? And their voices were actually heard. Believe it or not. Now, it's not just the voices, it's absolutely the dollars, it's the pockets, you know, pocketbooks, or whatever you want to call it. The money, the cash flow. The company realized that they weren't making very much money, and in fact, they had spent so much money developing this game, and then they had to spend so much money keeping the servers going that they were getting nothing back because people just weren't buying it anymore. They weren't buying the game, they weren't buying the DLC, and it was basically a lost cause. So what do they do recently? They come out with Evolve 2.0, which to me on the surface looks a hell of a lot like Evolve 1.0, except for now it's free to play. Yep, that's right. A game that they wanted full price for and then $130 worth of DLC is now a free to play game that you can download on Steam. I'm not sure about what they're going to do with consoles or whether they're going to do it there, but hey, at least on PC, you can play this thing for free now. So I downloaded it, I tried it, it's actually really fun. I went in there thinking, okay, this thing's going to be riddled with DLC and asking me for money constantly, and really there isn't. You get coins every time you play a match, and you can spend those to unlock things. You don't have to unlock things. For those of us who were, interested in the game but didn't want to plunk down a whole bunch of money, you get to enjoy it, you get to try it out, see what it's like, and maybe someday spend a few bucks on it. But now they've got millions of people playing it again instead of 0. So that was pretty cool. So Evolve 2.0, we hit them where it hurts, right in the wallet, and they actually listened to us. And now the other one that I wanted to talk about, the big one that I'm shocked about, is Star Wars Battlefront, right? Everybody was giving this thing somewhat mixed reviews when it came out. I personally did a little bit of a review, not a full review, but I looked at it, and to me, the graphics are amazing, the sound is amazing, the gameplay is fun. Every bit of this game should be like a 10 out of 10, right? Except for it's online only. They gave us no single player. This poor little excuse of a offline mode where you get to go through the training missions a couple times through. It just wasn't going to cut it. So even though I'm a huge Star Wars fan, always have been my whole life, huge Star Wars fan. That's why I bought it, because I'm a sucker for Star Wars. But after I played it for a little while, I was like, man, am I a sucker? Why did I buy this? Just to play the same old things online. They're going to eventually just turn the servers off. This thing's a coaster. I can't ever use it again. What did I do? Well, EA must have listened, and they also saw that people maybe aren't playing it as much as they used to, and not selling anymore, even though, it's been out for a while, but still. They just recently did a free update to the game, where now they've added some offline content. There's still not a single player mission, there's not like a single player story to go through, but now they have skirmish mode, which now you can play by yourself against bots, which, by the way, the bots did fine. I didn't have a problem playing against the bots. It felt like playing a regular multiplayer game. You can play against bots, or you can even split screen. You can even split screen with somebody locally, local co-op. Local co-op? What? Yeah, people still do that. And it's actually pretty fun. In fact, more so than playing online with random people that you don't know, that you don't talk to, and you'll never play again with. So it's kind of cool to have an actual friend come over and play split screen. It's great. So now you can play split screen. Now, I'm going to preface this praise that I'm giving EA. I'm going to step back a little bit, because they gave us skirmish mode for the Walker Assault, which is the great big missions where there's 40 players and all that kind of stuff. They gave us that, and they gave us the Fighter Squadron, I think it's called. The missions basically where you're flying X-Wings and TIE Fighters. It's the aerial combat that's not in space that everybody complained about because it's not space combat, but honestly it's the same thing. It's just not in space. So those two modes are now offline. You can play them by yourself against bots, or you can play them co-op with a friend, and then the rest are filled in with bots. That's awesome. That just made that game raise up a couple notches on, I would expect, everybody's meters as far as their review scores, because now you actually have something to do with that game if you're not plugged in online. If you don't like online multiplayer, you can still play it. If they turn off the servers, you can still play it. If you just want to have a local co-op night, have a game night with your buddies, you can do that now. It's not locked out. I mean, who wants to have a game night with their buddies where they have to sit at home on their PlayStation and you have to sit at home on yours, and that's the only way you can play co-op? Stupid. But EA, listen to us some more. You've already listened a little bit and you gave us some of it. If you can give us those two modes, you can do the rest of the modes offline too. I have faith in you. Please listen to us, keep it going, build up some really good mojo for the next Battlefront that's coming out. When you're going to try to sell that, go ahead and unlock the rest of it to be offline as well, because If you got the AI in there to play the bots on the great big matches, then I'm sure it'll work on the smaller matches like hero mode or hunting the heroes or whatever. There's so many other cool modes that they have in there that still haven't been switched over to offline. But I have faith in you, EA. I know you can do it. And for all of you out there watching, don't be afraid to speak your mind, and don't be afraid to be a little bit negative every now and then. I hate those people that always want everything to be positive, because everything isn't positive. And if you pretend everything is positive, then nothing's ever going to change, and you're never going to have anything better than what you have now. You don't want to be negative for the sake of being negative, but if there's something to be said to better things in the future, by all means, say it. So anyway, that's what I'm talking about this week on Father Knows Best. And just like always, if you have any comments or you have any suggestions or anything, go ahead and put them in the comments down below. I'm sorry I was away for a little bit with work, but I'm back to normal now, and the videos should be coming out a little bit more frequently. So until next time, remember, you never outgrow video games. My name's Chad the Gaming Dad, and this is Dad's Games. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. So long, everybody.